Alrighty, day 1645. Still getting there. Wonder if there's anything for day 1650. Guess we'll just have to find out. Oh yeah, I need to charge my mouse and my headset here soon. I gotta do that after this video. But anyway, obviously we're back on some more Warframe. I got home about 10 minutes ago. I'm still hungry, still have to eat, but the YouTube grind continues. So yesterday I managed to get the Kuva Heck, and as well, I also got a Kuva Kraken ready. Just need to actually start working on it. But I think for now, I'm gonna work on the weekly stuff. Let's hear, what was it? Yeah, the weekly event for the 13th anniversary. I don't know if doing this mission matters at all since I already have the Lisette deck skin, but I'll do it anyway. Might as well set it to the public to help out anyone. But anyway, yeah, I just got home about 10 minutes ago. Just go ahead doing the daily video, getting it out of the way so that I can do whatever else needs to be done, which is mainly just eat and then just relax for a bit, because I like to spend my free time after I get home from work. Even though it is currently 10:39 p.m. I worked from 5:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. and it wasn't bad. I mean, a 4.5-hour shift is never bad. I'll always take that. But I saw earlier, actually, in a YouTube community post, it was a community vote, and it was asking what the best work schedule is, or the best work shift. And it said a bunch of different schedules. I think it was like 5 a.m. to 1 p.m., like 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., which I think is like pretty common. It's probably the most common one. There wasn't a 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. one. I don't know why. And there was like a 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. and then like a 6 p.m. to, what would that be, like 2 a.m. I think. And I saw quite a few people trashing on 3 p.m. to 11 p.m., which I think is kind of funny because it's probably like my favorite schedule, because I'm just not much of a morning person. I really like to stay up late. I typically would go to bed around 6 a.m. That's what I like to do. I like to be up for the night because it's just more calm. It's more quiet. And so with working 3 p.m. to 11 p.m., basically I go to bed at around 6 a.m., maybe 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. And then I wake up at 2 p.m., get ready and leave by 2:15 p.m. because really I don't eat lunch or breakfast. I'm just not much of a lunch or breakfast person. All I really eat is dinner. So it only takes me, about 15 minutes to get ready, just put on some clothes, use the restroom, and I mean, that's kind of it really, just deodorant, whatever else. I don't really take a shower before work. I typically take it after work because chances are I'm just gonna get oily and greasy during work anyway. But anyway, leave by about 2:15 p.m. and then I kind of arrive to work at like 2:40 p.m. I like to just get there early just in case of traffic, and then I clock in by about 2:55 p.m. and then work until, well, working from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. is typically closing. We would usually close work at 10 p.m. So then it's just like we kind of leave whenever we get done, which is normally before 11. So then leave, get home, and typically just eat, relax, whatever, and then repeat. So that's why I like 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. But I can understand why others would not really like 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. because if you're a very outgoing person, you like to go outside for activities, 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. is definitely not going to work. Also, if you want to hang out with friends, because I mean, working 3 p.m. to 11 p.m., by the time you get off, it's already nighttime and there's no more sunlight. So I can understand why some people would not like working 3 to 11. Also, I just gotta say, driving home during the night is actually somewhat nice because it's just so much more chill and calm. The roads are pretty quiet. There's just no one around you until a car pulls up behind you with headlights that could blind out the sun. There's gotta be like a legal limit to these headlights, man. I don't know why they're so bright these days. Yeah, I know if someone pulls up behind me with bright headlights, I could just flip up my mirror so I don't quite get blinded by them. But for the cars that drive by me, they still flashbang me, and there's nothing I can really do about that. Because I remember there was one time a car with just some very bright headlights drove by me, and I was trying to just, slow down so I can pull into my driveway. When they drove by me, I basically got flashbanged and could not see for a good 1 or 2 seconds. Which I know 1 or 2 seconds is not the most amount of time, but that's some very important time while driving. 1 or 2 seconds of blindness while driving is pretty important. I like that companion name. Just yep. Look at that little infested kitty go. Yep. Yeah, buddy. And that's what that's reminding me of. I feel like really just the most important thing when it comes to work schedule is just having it be consistent. Because right now there are some days where I work like 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. or 3 p.m. And there's a day that I work 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. There's a day where I work 5:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's up and down right now. It's all over the place, and it might change, next week. I don't know. But when it's like one day you're working 3 p.m. to 11 p.m., then the next day you're working 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., then the next day you're working back to 3 p.m. to 11 p.m., and the next day you're working, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. When it's just going all around the place like that, that's just not fun at all, because you can't really get a good sleep schedule going. Whereas at least if you're like changing each week, that's at least something you can adjust to. But when it's like changes every day, that's just not fun at all. Like, I don't really mind what my work shift is. I just want it to be at least somewhat consistent. Like right now I have 2 days of the week where I work later in the day. I have one where I'm 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. and then one where I'm 5:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Which that's fine. I can pretty much get up at like the same time, or at least go to bed the previous night the same time. But then there are some days where I'm 11 a.m. to another time. Basically, I have 4 days where I start work at 11, and then 2 days where I start work after 3, really, or 3 or later. Maybe that's what I should say instead. And like that just makes it a little bit rough, because like tomorrow I work 11 to 7, and while today I worked 5:30 to 10. So it kind of messes with my sleep schedule, because I woke up today at like 4 p.m. because I was like, oh yeah, I start work at 5:30 p.m. I want to spend my free time after work, not before work, because I don't like to spend my free time before work, because then I'm just kind of constantly looking at the clock. I always have in the back of my mind, oh yeah, I have work today. It really makes it hard to like kind of just chill and enjoy whatever it is. So that's why I do that. But really all that just matters is having some consistency. At least 4 of my work days are starting at 11, so I can have at least a little bit more consistency. I think the other question is, do you like to close or not? Like really, closing is not actually that bad. Kind of just depends on how busy it is actually throughout the day. Because if it's not busy, you can pretty much get off your shift early. Like I was 5:30 to 10 today, but I got off like about 3 minutes early, which I know is not the most. I got off at like 9:57. So yeah, that's only 3 minutes early, but sometimes it can be closer to around 30 minutes early, a good half hour. Or if things are really good, it can go to like 40 minutes early. But then if like some days are just hectic, you could potentially spend like 20 minutes after your shift. I think the latest I ever got off was like 1 a.m. But that was because there was kind of an emergency that happened. Basically, there was a clog in the floor drains. Now all the floor drains kind of go to like one exit, and that one exit was clogged. And so I was in running dish, which adds a lot of water to the floor drains, and so it kind of just puddled up all over the place, and we had to really just try to manage that and call in one of our maintenance workers to actually unclog the drain. And then once the drain was unclogged, we had to just take the squeegees and just push all the water to a floor drain, which luckily there's like plenty of floor drains around. But yeah, that was just not fun, and we also had to pause dish for like a good hour. So yeah, that was fun to deal with. Not gonna lie though, I mean, it sounds almost bad, but I did somewhat enjoy it just because it made the day more interesting. Like, I know disasters at work are not necessarily fun, or like you don't exactly wish it to happen. I mean, I know some of us like deep down wish it to happen because we're like, yeah, screw work. But at the same time, it does at least make the day more interesting. You're like, oh, well, this is not a boring day. Like when there's some crazy weather going on, for example, it can kind of just make the day more interesting. Like I know there was a windstorm about, I don't know, a month ago, maybe a little bit earlier, or I guess later, depending on how you look at it. But when that happened, I mean, that was kind of chaos all around. But hey, it was at least interesting. But I mean, I don't exactly wish harm upon others. I don't exactly wish for disasters to happen. But hey, it is at least interesting when it happens. In other news, I mean, I have not really talked too much about how the day went. It went completely fine. No problems at all. 5:30 to 10, really chill, really easy. However, I was defeated by a chicken strip. It proved to be a worthy opponent, and I mean, basically I just kind of got burnt on the tip of my thumb, and it is blistering like a little bit, although at least I mean, now it's not really burning anymore. Instead, it's just kind of like a numb or sort of tingly feeling. Well, I'm sure anyone that has worked in fryer knows the feeling of food just pops up and you just kind of try to quickly, just try to quickly yoink it. We do have tongs, and I probably should have used tongs for the chicken strips, but I mean, I think we all just kind of get that feeling of wanting to tough it out, just have strong hands to just grab it really quickly. We want to toughen up our hands. I mean, I'm sure the boys will understand. All right, and there's that. And now once I sell the Dextrocra, I actually need to go to right section, inventory. There we go. Dextrocra. I need to spell it correctly. Sell that, and now I have more inventory space. Yippee. But yeah, I think that's about all I got to talk about for now. Just another quick, short, simple video. I think most of my videos that are going to be short and simple are probably going to be on the days where I just get home really late. But yeah, I mean, feel free to let me know what your favorite work schedule is. I'm kind of just all over the place right now, which I'm not exactly a fan of, but oh well, just stick to it. I need that money, okay? But yeah, I think that's about it. So I'll see you all in whatever I do next. I'm hungry.